Don't know if you can hear it, but the birds are very happy and singing today. This is more like spring, isn't it? Brilliant sunshine again, still pretty cold, but it's going to get up to 16 today, which is going to feel really hot compared with the way it's been. I don't know whether you've seen my garage before, but thank goodness Alan's car's not here anymore. I've got a bit of space, all my implements. And I'm going to put the plants out. I take them in at night because it's still not far off freezing point, and I like to have them in the sunshine during the daytime. I think that's probably good for them. One of them is looking, one of my ceanothuses is looking very shaky. Nearly had an accident then. This bush is starting to get too big, and I want to discuss with you later where to put them. So this needs to go in soil, doesn't it? It's getting too big, but look at it, it's in very good nick, isn't it? And the flies are here already. Look, just look at that. He saw me coming with it. So, and it's got flowers as well. So bring out the others, and then I'll feed the birds. And by the way, you see your little robin here, and you can see one of your butterfly models there. And I've noticed that for a while, of course, the birds didn't like this strange intruder into their water. But I did notice yesterday there was a bird next to it drinking. But it was very, very nervous, you know, jumping up and down, and eventually flew off. It wasn't sure, but it did drink, so they'll gradually get used to it. So I put some seed out, and now let's put some water out for the birdies. Oh dear, look at this lawn, the moss is terrible. I was just looking at the instructions for the moss killer grass feeder. In fact, it needs to be a time when it's going to rain within the next 48 hours, or you water it, but it's so large, I mean, it's difficult to water, you know. So hang about a bit for see if there's any sign of rain on the horizon, but honestly there isn't. You know, there was one day at the end of next week which was signified as being a rainy day, and I've just looked, it's no longer a rainy day, and it's bright sunshine day after day after day coming up. Shouldn't complain, should I? This is exactly what you always pray for. Rain, sun. And now the other thing I want to do is I want to go around the garden with you and see if you've got any suggestions for where we plant the four. So I've got 3 ceanothus, I've got 1 magnolia, and 1 buddleia, I think the name is. It's called the butterfly. So going out of the garage, this is the sun lounge, and I've got a little flower bed here, which it was a lot of work to clear of weeds, and you see the weeds are coming back, so I need to clear them again. And I always thought about putting something nice here, so possibly one of the bushes. You see what's left of 2 plants, basil and rosemary. Well, of course, don't need the rosemary, I've got that massive other bush, haven't I? Yeah, and I can see some green sprout. I don't think they're dead, they look dead, but anyway, so that gets plenty of sun. There's possibly this here, but I can't see it through a window. By the way, the one we just looked at, you can see through the TV room window next to the kitchen, which will then become the joint dining room kitchen. And this is what you see from the sun lounge. This needs moving, obviously, the chips, but this is all flower bed here. So I thought of, you know, along here, maybe a couple here. And you see, this is the one I planted last year, I don't know, November, October, and it's doing very, very well. This is also a ceanothus, needs weeding. I've surrounded it with chippings, so that should prevent weeds coming through, but not quite, as you see. So there's this area, and as you see, nowadays they do get plenty of sun. They get plenty of sun. Yeah. The other option is the one I did plant, and it's doing very, very well indeed. Yeah, and I'm going to be taking this away when my composters arrive. Obviously this will more than fill the composter, so I need to remove it completely. It's a bit of an eyesore from the window, isn't it? Anyway, along the border here, plenty of sun. Could easily be a good place for my bushes. And I've got this area here. I don't know what this tree is, whether it's an intruder. All of this needs clearing. I'm not even sure that it's flowers or bushes or whatever. There's so much work to be done. There's this corner here where a bush could go. It's going to be a lot easier to maintain the garden once it's fully cleared. And I haven't looked at my compost yet. There's the compost, if you can see it through the two compost boxes. Need to have a look at that, see if it's succeeded. This is where I'm going to put my wildflowers. And we need some blinking rain. We nearly need some rain. Look at my bush there, my tree there. I don't think it's apple, I think it's pear. The other's apple, and they are different. I think I'm tempting Providence by putting my shorts on. Let's see, it's still a little bit chilly. It's supposed to be going up to 16 degrees later. Let's see. So, working in the garden today, I'm doing a very good job of supervising. What goes where, what needs to be cut. I'm sure you'd like to say hello if you can drag yourself away from the cutting.
Salutations, young lady. I am active today.
You're more active than me, but I was very active in the morning. I achieved a lot. I filled my forms in, went to the medical centre, so I should have a new doctor, and hopefully bypass the problems that I've been having with the actually trying to get a bloody appointment. And went all the way to Reading on the train to pick up my Mac. They said it could take 7 days, and it took 2 days, so I picked it up as soon as I could, obviously, because I'm really rather dependent on it. So that's where we are at the moment. It's not as nice a day as was promised, so I told Roy a lie when I told him that today was going to be much nicer than tomorrow, but there you go. Can't win them all, can you? Well, it may look like nothing, but it was a lot of work getting it in this shape. So I'll try and do a bit more work on it tomorrow, and then I'll put in the butterfly bush so I can see from my TV room. It ain't a TV room, let's call it conservatory, from the window anyway. So making some progress. Roy's done an awful lot of cutting. You see that pile there, and some this side of the path, some nearer to the fence. And you can see the pile of greenies that he's built up here. That needs to dry out before it gets burnt. See this? So we're making progress, and yes, let me show you the viburnum, which I think also has a blue flower, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go and have a look at it. So my pile of wood chippings is getting a little bit smaller because bit by bit I've used it up. Oh, by the way, the composters have come, double composter. So there it is, that's my viburnum. Dug down, put the plant in, manure as well, and covered the area in wood chips to prevent the weeds and ivy growing back too much. You see there's a lot of ivy here. In fact, it's so old, it's so mature that it's now got those massive leaves. This is what I planted last year, and it looks as if it survived the cold weather very good. And this time next year, possibly, it'll start maturing and be a bit higher, quite a bit higher, I hope. And maybe flowers. And this is my hydrangea. And when I see it and when I see the other one, I'm starting to think this actually needs more wood chippings around. Yes, I'll put some more wood chippings tomorrow. And look at this, my lovely Speedwell, blue and yellow. They don't come out very well on this camera, but they're lovely little flowers, aren't they? I offended them by telling Roy that they're weeds earlier. Of course, they're not weeds, they're just wildflowers, I think. And I've got this over here, which I'm not sure what it is. Maybe I should use my application to find out. Any idea? See if I can find out. Yes. Did you say hello?
Salutations.